Compañeros, muy buenos días y bienvenidos al Sugar City Morning Show para hoy martes el 10 de octubre y hoy no es lunes, hoy es martes y hoy es el 10 de octubre. Good morning and welcome to today's edition of the Sugar City Morning Show for today Tuesday, October 10th, and it's exactly 1 minute after 7 o'clock. And if you are having a birthday today, I'd like to send you the best wishes. And if you are perhaps celebrating an anniversary or whatever reason you have to celebrate, I'd like to send you the best wishes and hope that you have a wonderful time. We will begin our program, as always, with our prayer because we find it absolutely necessary to do that. I know that we are perhaps one of a handful of channels here in the country of Belize that do begin our program, our day, with a prayer. But I think that I'm not condemning anybody for not doing it, but I simply feel that it is necessary to do it, and I feel much better after having done so. Padre, te doy las gracias por todas tus bendiciones. Te doy gracias porque hoy logré abrir los ojos, logré comer, logré respirar, logré vivir. Gracias, Padre. Te pido que nos continúes dándonos la bendición de vida, salud y fuerzas. Te pido, Padre, que protejas y cuides y bendigas a mis familiares, a mis compañeros de trabajo, a mis amistades y aún a aquellas personas que no son mis amigos. Bendícenos todos, Padre. Te pido, como siempre, por aquellas personas que están pasando por tiempos difíciles. Te pido siempre por los ancianos, por los niños. Te pido por los enfermos. Te pido, Padre, por aquellas personas que andan por las calles sin saber dónde van. Te pido, Padre, por todos nosotros, que tengamos una necesidad u otra. Padre, te pido que hoy todas nuestras acciones tiendan hacia la paz. Que podamos suprimir o reprimir más bien nuestro egoísmo para poder ser más humildes, ser menos arrogantes y menos soberbios, tratando siempre de ganar la discusión y tratar de imponer nuestra forma de ser sobre otra persona. Padre, te pido que me perdones. Te pido que me ayudes con los problemas que tenga y Padre, te pido que hoy tengamos todos un bonito día. Te alabamos, te bendecimos, Padre, te glorificamos siempre. Amen. This is the public weather forecast for today, Tuesday, the 10th October. And the general situation is described as relatively moist and unstable conditions prevailing over the country of Belize. And for the following 24 hours, sunny today with cloudy spells today and cloudy at times tonight. Showers and thunderstorms will be isolated except for a few more over the south and coast this morning and tonight and over inland areas this afternoon. So, we saw in August and September that rains in the early afternoon and even in the mid-afternoon and, in the afternoon in general, were quite common. And because we are still in the beginning of the month of October, we're still seeing that pattern, okay? I noticed that this is the beginning of the cold front season, so we're beginning to see some cold fronts coming down from the north. The winds will be blowing from the east today at 5 to 15 knots. The sea stayed choppy. The temperatures along the coast, 88 degrees as a maximum, 78 as a low. And inland, we're going all the way up to 93 degrees and a low of 72 degrees. And in the hills, a maximum of 80 degrees and a low of 68. There are no advisories in place, but just let me quickly, if we turn to the National Hurricane Center, we notice that Nate has done its thing. Nate has gone through Biloxi and through other areas in Mississippi and affecting the general Gulf Coast states of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. And I noticed that the damage, although it was widespread, was not as extensive or not as pronounced as other hurricanes, essentially because it was a Category 1 hurricane. But we still have Ophelia in the mid-Atlantic, and Ophelia is a tropical storm and is forecast to go north. Let me quickly look at it, and is forecast to go northeast and into areas like Europe, and as a post-tropical cyclone. But for the moment, it poses zero threat for the Americas. Ladies and gentlemen, we go now to the outlook for today. For tomorrow, a few showers and isolated thunderstorms will develop over the south and coast Wednesday morning, and the night, and over inland areas Wednesday afternoon. So again, we have the rains in the afternoon in the inland areas. There will be a low tide very shortly at 7:34, and that's going to be followed by a high tide today at 1:47 in the afternoon, followed by a second low tide at 6:50 p.m. tonight, followed by a second high tide at 1:17 in the wee hours of the morning. The sun sets today at 5:35, 25 minutes before 6, and the sun rises tomorrow morning at 6:15. The moon is setting today, this morning, at 10:31, and the moon is rising again at 10:10. And just if you've been noticing the beautiful sunsets we've been having in the evenings over the past couple of days, the sunsets have been just so colorful, and it's typical of this time when we see these beautiful sunsets as the sun is setting into the horizon. You see all colors of red and orange, and well, it's just a beautiful sight. I don't know if we'll be having if it's going to be able to be seen today, but I trust that it may just be able to be seen as well. Compañeros, muy buenos días. De nuevo, gran gusto saludarles para este día de martes, el 10 de octubre. Y ese es el reporte del estado del tiempo para este día. La situación general, condiciones relativamente húmedas e inestables continúan controlando nuestro país. Para las siguientes 24 horas, soleado, con algunos periodos de nubosidad hoy, durante el curso del día, nublado por momentos hoy por la noche también. Chubascos y tormentas estarán desarrollándose, excepto se estarán desarrollando sobre la costa hoy por la mañana y hoy por la noche. El sur verá un poco más de lo que el resto del país ve, y también estos chubascos estarán esparciéndose sobre las áreas del interior hoy por la tarde. Así que sobre la costa hoy por la mañana, sobre el sur también, y también sobre las áreas del interior hoy por la tarde. Los vientos del este de 5 a 15 nudos, el estado del mar agitado. Temperaturas, máxima de 88 por la costa, una mínima de 78 también por la costa. En el interior del país, una máxima de 93 y una mínima de 72, y todo Fahrenheit, y por las colinas una máxima de 80 y una mínima de 68 grados Fahrenheit. No hay ninguna advertencia en lugar, y me da gusto comunicarles de que según el National Hurricane Center no tenemos ninguna amenaza, ninguna tormenta, ningún huracán, nada por el estilo. Sí hay una tormenta tropical en el Atlántico, pero no está puesto para venir a esta área, está puesto para ir a lugares muy lejos. Como dije, siempre son una tormenta de 40 millas por hora, puesto para ir para áreas por Europa, ya como no como un huracán o tormenta tropical, pero como otro tipo de tormenta. Para mañana, algunos chubascos y tormentas estarán desarrollándose de nuevo sobre el sur y por la costa por la mañana y sobre las áreas del interior del país por la tarde, que es lo que suele suceder en estos meses agosto, septiembre, octubre. Las mareas. Habrá una marea baja a las 7:34 por la mañana, una marea alta a la 1:47 por la tarde, luego una segunda marea baja a las 6:50 y una otra por la noche, y una segunda marea alta a la 1:17 por la madrugada. El sol se oculta hoy a las 5:35, el sol sale mañana a las 5:45 por la mañana. De igual forma la luna se oculta hoy por la mañana a las 10:31, pero sale de nuevo a las 10:10. Y qué belleza de luna tuvimos también, a propósito, hace un par de noches y no sé qué son las condiciones atmosféricas que pudieran estar causando que la luna se vea así tan grande y tan luminosa. Pero yo he estado mirando y deleitándome de lo que veo por la tarde con la puesta del sol y por la noche también con la salida de la luna. Es una belleza. Compañeros, vamos a darle las gracias a Francisca Wellington por esta información. También a los otros compañeros que han estado trabajando en el Met Service desde muy temprano. Noto que están en su lugar desde las 5:33 de la mañana. Cuando estamos nosotros todavía mochaditos en la cama, ellos ya están en su lugar. Quisiera dar las gracias también a los doctores, a las enfermeras, a todo el personal de los hospitales que siempre están al tanto de nuestros enfermos. También a los policías, a los soldados. También hay que darle las gracias a aquellos agentes de seguridad y a aquellos trabajadores de las fábricas que tienen que estar reportándose a las 10 de la noche y salir hasta las 6 de la mañana. Ahora estarán llegando a su casa. Compañeros, muchas gracias por el trabajo que hacen para desarrollar este país de Belice. Cuando son las 7:14, les decimos muchas gracias a todas estas personas, pero también decirles que con esto vamos a una pausa, pero estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios. Vamos a esta pausa.
Northern Medical Specialty Plaza has been offering excellent health services since its inception in 2000. Today you can enjoy a wide range of medical services through our experienced doctors and dedicated friendly staff. No need to go to Belize City or Chetumal. Introducing our new state-of-the-art CT Scan 16 slice, now available at Northern Medical Specialty Plaza in high-definition technology, computerized tomography. Also available, ultrasound 4D scan, which shows moving 3D images of your baby. We also provide services such as mammograms, X-ray, clean and safe nursery, certified pharmacist, operating facilities, our 24 hours emergency and hospitalization, high technology research facilities. Our motto has always been to serve our community with compassion, quality, and affordable medical services. Specialists devoted to serve you. Visit us today at Orchid Drive in Orange Rock Town or call us at 302-3708. Northern Medical Specialty Plaza. Your health is our priority.
The new Belize City Civic Center is taking shape at the foot of the Balkan Ridge and is expected to be completed by December 2017. This multi-purpose mega facility will boast an air-conditioned interior with a seating capacity of 4,500, a FIBA-certified wooden main court and 3 practice courts, offices, media boxes, and multiple locker rooms. Another basketball court with 24-hour access to the public and parking for 200 vehicles. This $34 million investment highlights a new era of world-class sporting infrastructure for the entire country of Belize. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Ever since Digicel doubled all their prepaid data plans, things looking a little strange around here. My sister seems to think she's some sort of a celebrity now, because she has all this data to post everything. My dad keeps starting these do-it-yourself projects. He spends a lot of time on Pinterest. Even Nana loves all the extra data. He checks a lot on his dating sites. Mom is always finding new recipes from all over the world to try on YouTube.
The show is on.
Digicel's newly doubled prepaid data plan let everyone be free to do so much more.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una.
Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el...
¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que huimos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get off.
Y bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros. Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Un gran gusto saludarles hoy por la mañana, pero sobre todo darle la bienvenida a mi buen amigo Robert Chekiosha. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Thanks to that nice picture you showed me just now, boy. That shoes.
Well, we need to share, don't we? I mean,
yeah, boy.
And even if it's
good opener,
you know. But how was your weekend?
Why, I'm slightly busy, but it was okay. I believe I achieved a lot over the weekend because I feel very healthy this morning.
Oh, yes.
So.
You know, some days like over this weekend, I did not put a foot out on Sunday during the day. I did house cleaning, and yes, Monday morning I was out from quite early. Mm-hmm. And I decided to go out, but I went back in about maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I was kind of tired. But
that's nice.
Nonetheless, you know, you gotta do what you got to do, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to house cleaning and so forth, and especially if you live alone like me. Believe me, the neighbor will not volunteer to do it all. And if that does not happen, then somebody has to do it.
Yeah. Well, the weekend activities that we announced here, the one which started on Friday night with the block party, that was well attended at the park. It was well attended. A lot of young people, which was good to see out there. Also, the pre-bash at High Five, I understand that was good. The one at the park, it started a little late, you know, but you know, they went up to midnight when they sang the happy birthday song for Che and his son as well, because Che's son celebrated his birthday on the same day as Che, no?
That was on Saturday night?
Saturday night into Sunday morning, but
Into
unfortunately,
Sunday morning.
right after that, a young man was shot right there in Orange.
And you know that it is family?
It's his cousin. Yeah, Lorelli called me yesterday to, you know, assist them with the announcement through Universal Radio. And that's when I learned that it's their family again. I tell them, girl, you strong. You know?
Yes. I didn't get to know about it until Monday in the afternoon when I went downtown to some of my friends.
Yeah, boy.
And I was told that, well, you see, Rosita Yuso is my cousin as well, so, and she is the mother of Danny, so.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to extend my condolences, my sincere condolences to the family. Like I said, I wish I could tell you something that would take away the pain, but nobody does. All I can simply tell you is have faith, because having faith in your God and depositing that faith and confidence to someone or to a superior power than you brings a lot of comfort. It does, believe me. And it's only God's grace and time that will eventually heal that pain, nothing else. And you can get stuck forever in your life saying, ay de mí, ¿por qué me sucedió esto? But if you don't deal with it, and if you don't deal with it in the right manner, you will forever be left saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything has a purpose. You may not know it. Just believe that there is someone who knows what he's doing, and that will give you peace. If you don't believe it, then you will be left with a lot of questions in your mind, and that is going to be there's going to be a lot of questions left.
A lot of pain as
know
well.
What I mean? Exactly so.
Also Sunday, Manuel, you know, they had the Vegas Cup tournament at the People's Stadium. We don't really get this result of it yet, but as soon as we get a result, we will share it with you out there, you know. So then over the weekend as well, Emmanuel, there was a real fatal traffic accident.
Where at?
I believe it's between Belize City and Belmopan, if I'm not mistaken, where two ladies and a 1-year-old baby. Okay, all right, so I understand the Vegas Cup was postponed. So as soon as we get more information and the standings, we will share it.
Postponed for the day?
Yeah, for that day.
Okay.
Yeah. So two lady and a baby lost their life in that accident,
Wow.
Emmanuel. It involved a diplomat, but I will leave it to the other folks when they do their announcement to say which diplomat it was, no? Yeah.
It's not in the news.
I'm not really sure if it's in the news, because the source where I got it from, for one of my friend where do press office for police.
Oh, okay.
You know, so the two lady and the baby that died was in the same vehicle.
Of the diplomat?
No, other vehicle.
Oh, of the other vehicle.
Yeah, so 3 of them were in the vehicle. I understand 4 of them survived, so it looked like a lot of people in this vehicle, no? But confirm is that 2 lady and a baby died in that accident. 1-year-old baby.
Are there any speculations as to why the accident happened?
I don't know. They just say the person was on the scene when they called me and told me, boy, they give you this information right now. You know, he never elaborate much on me, but he confirmed yes that 2 ladies and a baby, 1-year-old baby died. You know, so
our condolences again to the family. We don't want to disclose the names until, you know, the actual verification, actual police report is out. Obviously, for very good reasons. So we will not be disclosing the names, but we can tell in advance that we can share with you in advance that 3 people have died.
yeah.
And all those people on the roads, please take care, because you know, what happens. And one of my family members left to go someplace else over the weekend. And the first thing that comes to mind is I wish that they would to take care. And not because, try to plan in advance.
Yeah.
And try, for God's sake, to be there on time, because, but also to leave early. That's the key. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
To leave early, just
Yeah.
for if you want to be on time. Because if you're leaving, if you know that you have to be in Belize City within an hour, you know, at 8 o'clock or 8:30,
Left 6.
Don't be leaving at 7:30, and then you have to burn the tires all the way till you get to Belize City and traveling at 85 miles per hour, and risking not only your life but somebody else's life, and then your liberty as well, because you may end up getting into an accident, somebody dies, you end up then going into jail, and all the ordeal of having to go through the legal system and and so forth. So we're asking you, take it seriously. Don't if you want to go someplace, leave early. I always say that it's better to be early than to leave early than to be hurrying on the roads and to be risking lives and having all that pressure of being late, especially if it's for an important meeting or important session. So plan in advance. Try to leave to avoid so many problems.
Yeah, it could be a job appointment, and if you left late, they said, I now fix that tire, man, cause I now get no flat on the road. You could have stopped 15 minutes and fix that tire where you need to fix, than for waste 1 hour on the road, get one flat on the road, and it take you a whole hour before you
And
get
you can always remember the law that says, and if it can happen, it will.
Yeah, that's true that, boy, that's true that. So then there are some of the things that will happen in Manila. Interestingly, over 100 Chinese met with the commissioner of police and other law folks over the weekend, to discuss.
And obviously they were discussing the situation with the recent murder.
Yeah.
And any actions to be taken by the police in view of that.
Yeah, and they
What came out of it?
They discussed safety and more interaction with the police than the business community.
You mean the Chinese business community or the business community?
Well, they say the business community, but they also mention that, well, we know the Chinese are the biggest when it comes to the business community in Belize, no? So, and they mention that, they are willing to help when it comes to the police department to see what can come up and what they can help assist with to make sure that these police are well equipped and the law gets improved. So I think that's a good thing. But you see how them people, they make them move, Emmanuel? They make them move when them people, they come up and they start to flood this market and so, they got them, I don't know if they have any business association in Belize, so the Belizean merchants and so.
In the Chamber of Commerce.
All right, but you don't hear any things that come out and say, all right, the chamber get together and say, we could try to see how we could protect we Belizean merchants, Belize business people there. Right? Maybe come up and I don't know about it, maybe you know, but I don't know. I don't know hear about it.
I don't, but I wish they would stop being so political.
Oh, that working there too?
Oh, yes.
What?
Everything turns out to be political these days.
Yeah. Try stop. Sometimes I try put a stop to the right things, which is the wrong thing they are putting stop to. You understand? Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Delvi. Good morning.
Buenos días.
Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, gracias a Dios. ¿Y usted?
Muy bien, gracias. Mucho gusto saludarte. ¿Cómo está el clima en San Pedro?
Pues, it's a bit windy. I don't know how to say windy in Spanish, but it's a bit windy this morning. Yeah. We had a bit of rain earlier, a sprinkle rather. It didn't last for too long. But it's cool overall this morning.
I'm so glad. Beginning of October is generally the time when you continue with this September heat, but then all of a sudden, by the end of the month of October, it changes.
it cools down.
It cools down and I'm just hoping it happens fast.
You see, yesterday 6 o'clock, even don't get dark already.
Yeah, but apart from that, it's just I'm talking about the weather, the temperature. The temperature cools down rapidly, and the wind's blowing from the northwest rather than from the north. You know, los vientos de Hanal Pishan.
Okay, let's hear from Delvi this morning.
Okay, this one that I have is entitled Endurance.
Go ahead.
Sometimes it is in the darkest places that we come to value the light. Grit isn't needed when all shines bright. In the desert it's scorching and everywhere is brim with heat. Too dried out to continue. Lips are bruised and tired feet. Feet that took you places, now too wasted to step one more. Then appears an oasis, a moment of joy that destiny doesn't come remaining on the floor. Courage now sums up, for there is a sign of hope. Though the journey is hard, yet you manage to cope. At times life may feel like a desert, where everything is dry and water is scarce. To give up is not an option. Within there is still an ounce of fear. At times life brings you storm and the shelter has blown from over your head. The rain is now pouring down and soaks up everything including the bed. Nowhere to sleep, for everything is wet and cold. To give up is not an option. Within us, God gives us the strength to be bold. At times, life gets so hard that even the rock seems to be soft. With many people around, you find little reason to laugh. But experience teaches wisdom, and in time we come to know that giving up is not an option. Be courageous and don't let go.
Giving up is not an option. That is the most important message that we've heard this morning. Giving up is not an option, especially when you're going through difficult times. A lot of people easily give up, and that's how sometimes they lose their faith, because they feel that they want, but they want it now because they need it now. And they don't realize that there's a lot to be learned during those moments, that patience is something that you need to have, and that never mind the what, the good Lord is not going to ever forget you. He will always be by your side, but he'll teach you certain things on the way.
Yes, experience teaches wisdom. So
Exactly.
certain things to learn.
Exactly. So experience teaches wisdom. Well, thank you very much, Delvi. It's always a pleasure to hear from you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so giving up is not an option. Failure is not an option.
No, hell no.
Yeah, well, Emmanuel, that's a great point there as well. Great point. And there's many other things that we need to discuss, but we need to take a little break, and then when we come back, we'll continue the discussion, right?
We'll take a break, guys, and we'll be right back with more to discuss. But let's take that break.
The first two phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project, from the Belmopond Roundabout Junction to Saboot Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town, has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first two phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar-cured ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Give me the real, the number one, Daniel, then rub Daniel. You can repeat screen, but Daniel milk it is real, yes, Daniel, then rub Daniel. All over Cayo and in San Pedro, Daniel, then rub Daniel. Daniel milk in the morning, Daniel milk in the evening, Daniel. Give me Daniel. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all. Daniel, then up Daniel. All over this land, and in Belmont, yes, Daniel. Give me Daniel. Say in Dangriga, down south in Fiji, Daniel, then up Daniel. You can hear this stuff, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Daniel. I love Daniel milk.
Daniel milk powder, probably the best milk powder in the world. Daniel.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not do it in your own country? Sun, fun, and relaxation are just a short distance away. Have a taste of barefoot living, or enjoy the sounds and taste of an authentic Garifuna village. Allow yourself to be swept away by Southern hospitality and living. Escape the hectic world and enjoy a beautiful sunset. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
And welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Buenos días, compañeros. Si nos acaban de sintonizar, un gran gusto saludarles. Muchas gracias por la confianza. Por lo general, el 12 de octubre es cuando celebramos el Día de la Hispanidad. Es más, cuando se supone que Cristóbal Colón descubrió las Américas. Voy a tratar ese asunto nada más un momentito porque de lo que entiendo, muchas personas están preguntándose, bueno, ¿y por qué estamos celebrando esto? Porque al final del día no hay ninguna actividad, no hay ninguna conciencia en realidad al respecto. Por lo general, este día se ha celebrado como el día cuando llegaron los hispanos, los europeos, los españoles, y a lo que fue entonces el Nuevo Mundo. Cristóbal Colón llegó a las Américas en el área de Hispaniola, pero todos ya sabemos, Chequi, de que las Américas fueron descubiertas mucho antes que Cristóbal Colón. En realidad, desde mucho antes, pues no había ninguna necesidad de descubrir, porque aquí ya vivían gentes. Aquí vivían los mayas, los aztecas, los incas, los toltecas. Toda esta gente aquí vivían y tenían su civilización mucho más, hasta cierto punto, avanzado que otras civilizaciones en el mundo. Así que no había ninguna necesidad de descubrimiento, por decir. Pero, tal como se nos vendió el cuento de chamacos por la historia, entonces Cristóbal Colón descubrió América. Pero entonces ha habido una, ¿cómo pudiera mejor decírtelo sin causar problemas? Pero una controversia quizás acerca de los efectos de la llegada de Cristóbal Colón, porque con eso empezó lo que fue la explotación de estos países, o esta área, porque no eran países entonces, de los indios, como se refería, los indígenas, los mayas, los aztecas, el masacre que por consiguiente sucedió, toda la robancina de toda la riqueza de lo que fue de los indios incas, aztecas, todo esto, lo que fue también lo que sucedió es que fue, compañeros, el deterioro de una cultura, fue la muerte de una cultura. Maya, azteca, tolteca, inca, fueron masacrados los indios, la gente indígena, literalmente masacrados. Así que mucha gente dice, no, yo no voy a celebrar el 12 de octubre como un día por la llegada, sin embargo, voy a llorar por la gente indígena que tanto sufrió luego de la llegada de los europeos, que trajo también eventualmente trajo también a los esclavos de África. Y vimos cómo estos esclavos pasaron por tiempos difíciles, pero, compañeros, ya no podemos reescribir la historia. Ya lo que sucedió, ya sucedió. No podemos, pero sí le podemos poner en perspectiva diferente. Mi perspectiva es de que tenemos, compañeros, no obstante el hecho de que Colón haya traído enfermedades, que haya traído lo que sea que trajo luego de su llegada aquí, y todo lo que sucedió por consiguiente, todos los masacres, el masacre, la destrucción de la cultura, el arribo de los esclavos negros, todo eso. Pero lo que tenemos que darnos cuenta es de que al final del día, se creó una raza nueva. Y esta raza es la raza mestiza. La raza mestiza siendo lo que es la mezcla de los europeos con los indios. ¿Okay? Ahora, es un término que se usa con distintas intonaciones. Es más, el mestizo siendo el primer europeo nacido aquí, o eso se llamarían criollos también, pero el mestizo generalmente se refiere a la mezcla entre el maya y el europeo. De todo esto, compañeros, nació la raza mestiza. Y la raza mestiza aquí en el norte de Belice es la raza que predomina. ¿Gustaría escucharlo o no? es la verdad. ¿Ok? Y en nuestros países circunvecinos son completamente mestizos, bueno, no completamente, pero por su gran mayoría mestiza. Y aquí le estoy pidiendo a que que nos llegue eso a la conciencia y que empecemos a darnos cuenta de quiénes somos al final del día y tratar de tener un poco de orgullo acerca de quiénes somos, quiénes fueron nuestros ancestros, de dónde venimos, porque al final del día vemos como otros grupos culturales o étnicos celebran su día y los mestizos, lo que era antes una celebración de la cultura mestiza, ya ha decaído y ha decaído fuertemente. Así que yo les pido, les insto que por favor, para que veamos cómo podemos renacer este movimiento, para tratar de celebrar lo que es la cultura mestiza, que es completamente no, pero que es diferente a lo que es maya y diferente a lo que es europeo, que es una cultura completamente única.
That's right, it's 12 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Emmanuel, somebody sent a Facebook thing that was released sometime in 2015, no? And they asked to remind the people of what's
2015.
Yeah, 2015.
That's like 2 years ago.
He said why we should not be tricked again into supporting the People's United Party.
Well, obviously this was in the advent of the elections, no?
Yeah, because elections was November, right?
Exactly. Not the advent, but in the wake of the elections.
Yeah.
Okay.
And today October the 8th and that was 10th, and that was sent on the 8th 2 years ago.
Okay. All right.
And today is the 10th, and we're in the 10th month.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, and it has some allegations here between 1998 and 2008. It says the PUP government, and it says one sold off all our national assets like the port, the airport, BTL, BEL, and WASA. They actually sold BTL 3 times. That is what this is saying. They say they borrow 1.5 billion and have nothing to show in reference to the super bond. Increased taxation every year to support their excessive spending. Sold the VOA, which is the Voice of America compound that was in Toledo. Yep. And so they said that was sold to some PUP representative who borrowed a loan from DFC, which was later written off. And the same compound was later sold to some other company for millions. You know, and that loan was right off according to this information. Keep on quoting here. Also lent $8 million for Galleria Maya, which never did open. I remember when they had that, they got one big bash by.
Oh, we used to see all these front page ads on Galleria Man. It was supposed to be a fantastic hotel with first class amenities and swimming pools and the works.
Yeah, but
never ever materialized.
It never did come to light. You remember this one, Emmanuel. This one here. I think we could clearly remember this one. Let me see if I can get it back right here. Blah, blah, blah. And the 10 million that they lost in gambling on foreign exchange.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that one?
And then John alluded to that as well. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that the part that they bring back the millions, or is that something different?
Well, this is John. When he said bring back the millions, he alluded to the millions that you have taken whilst you were in government. But the millions was what Ralph Fonseca did. Those with the yen swap. Yes.
Yeah. Then they say some other person that had bus company 10 million they get in one day.
No, that would be the Novellos. They got $33 million in one day.
And they said DFC never did recover that money.
Well, I don't know if they ever got the money, but I know that a lot of their properties were appropriated.
Yeah. You remember when time this government may take over in 2008, Emmanuel, DFC, like you're gonna say, almost closed down already.
He broke.
And the PM make sure that they bring it back by.
Of course.
Yeah, DFC. Nobody couldn't go to DFC if you get anything at all because they broke. So one time we sit there and things make a reminder that when a lot of the money gone, You know, and they said they get money from Social Security, almost bankrupt the workers' pension. They write out 3.4 million for somebody after the court found him guilty, and it was still write off. Exclusive rights to 4-point tourism village. Somebody allows some other, or allow the sewing factory for shut down. You remember the sewing factory?
Williamson.
Yeah, that was right between Belize and Belize City, Ladyville and Belize City. Pepsi, bottling company, me gone down, give thousands of acres of land to some other person, some Lindo, and other courtesies.
Bill Lindo.
So that was a lot me gone on there by Emmanuel, you know, but you know, sometimes some people tend to forget certain things after a while.
You think they forget?
I mean,
you think they forget, or they just forget conveniently?
You hear where the leader of opposition say to some reporter, he say, you know what? I don't remember if that this one or the farmer one. He said, we don't lose 3 terms already. People don't pay we back, so like we don't pay we bill. They don't put it away, so that then I think they're supposed to like not be one issue right now. The people don't pay we back already. I mean, in a government and they vote we out on 3 terms, so that like it's supposed to write off then.
They're supposed to cancel up all the bad things that they did. So we're supposed to forget all of those things and forget that they have pretty much stolen all our patrimony and forget that they were the architects of corruption and forget that all of these things, and we're supposed to say, oh, vote for them again now because they have changed. Now they're dressed in white.
No, they don't pay them bill. Like
they don't pay them bill
for 3 times.
You know what I mean? Now they're all saints, and we believe them. I don't think so. I can't forget all of those things. And I'm not telling you that the United Democratic Party is the best party in the world. Hell no, I'm not telling you that. I'll be the first to tell you that as humans we all make mistakes. But there is no comparison. And I think that some years ago, I think one of the first to mention the plot that the PUP had was to try to convince the people after they had gotten a label, and I think a label that was earned by them as being the most corrupt party in history of Belize, that they wanted company. Misery loves company at the end of the day. So they wanted to say, they're not me that the most corrupt. Look upon them that the most corrupt.
Look across
there. And it turns out that there's nothing to compare. If you begin to look at all of these things, it pales. What the United Democratic Party is accused of doing pales in comparison to all of this. You know what I mean?
But sometimes I wonder why all these things happen, because in this report you see a lot of big supporters of their party. You mean the big supporters get all of that, or some go and come back?
I don't understand the question.
All right, I want to sign up to make you get this amount of money. You don't have to pay back. You stay with all of that, or something come back to me too?
Well, obviously something comes back to you.
Something have to come back to you.
Okay, well, of course. You don't think that when a lot of the equipment was sold in some of these projects and all of these lands were sold, that I give you this, but you have to give me back some.
Yeah, like when you go back to the accommodation agreement, if you don't make
and some people say, oh, that's not stealing. That is just
treason, bribery.
No, they said that's not stealing. That's just
fair.
That's just fair because I did turn you on, so you turn me on too.
1 for 1.
1 for 1. and sometimes I wonder, where is the decency in this world? And then where is some people? But we lose the meaning of the word decency.
Yeah.
You know, and we lose the meaning of the word ethics and morality, because we turn it around conveniently to our convenience, literally so. And then you say, hice nada malo.
Yeah. You think that that transformed to like right now the people of Belize are seeing what's going on and what's happening. Let's say, like, when it comes to Belize City, like, the opposition can't come up with a slate for Belize City as yet. I think people reluctant.
Poor thing, and I don't know what to say with the Belize. When will they come up with a slate for the PUP? When?
But you think they are saying things that contribute to all that, Emmanuel, that people...
But of course, you know something? It's only here in Orange Walk where there is a mentality where the PUP has control, a lot of control over the media, and I mean, I'll be honest with you, the percentages control the radio station and the cable station and the TV station and so forth and so forth and so forth, and therefore they have a strong influence in the way people think. But in other districts, hell no, that is not happening. The UDP is as strong as ever and even stronger in other districts. And some people don't begin to understand when we tell them that the UDP is going to sweep the country in terms of the municipal elections.
Yeah, that's true what you said about the control of the media, you know, Manuela. And the media is very, very powerful.
Of course it is.
People take it for granted. You know, I said, no man, we don't really need to deal with it. Me not have to go up on no TV or radio. I win without that. Well, and also again.
And sometimes you wonder if after the exit of Mr. Gaspar Vega, if the government has really just resigned itself to losing Orange Walk or what? I'm wondering what is the situation. Is it at the end of the day, is it all just hyperbole that they give us? Is it just whatever? Is it just empty talk when they tell us that we're all Belizeans? Because we not see nothing that happened in Orange Walk.
Well, maybe the minister they wait till for him radio station open for making start to publicize about the UDP and so. Because like they had the endorsement from the 1st of September, you know, Emmanuel. From the 1st of September, they had the endorsement for the town council candidates for the UDP, and I don't know if they approach you and ask you if they can get some time on the show, but they never did ask me. And we invited them openly.
Well, we invited them. We offered, and I think that they know that they have to. There are certain things that they must do before they come. And they're quite cognizant of that.
Should I go or should I stay?
You know, should I stay or should I go? That's the way. But at the end of the day, no sé qué están haciendo. I don't want to wage a war within the party because I think that we're supposed to be winning this municipal elections. For God's sake, let's be united. You know? Let's unite our strength, our forces, and go at this thing together, because united we stand, divided we fall. And we will lose this election if this is only, but not because the PUP is a strong adversary, but because we ourselves are weak, because we ourselves are not utilizing our strength as a force, as a party. We're not uniting. We're not united. You have one faction there and one faction there and one faction there who I don't know what they're doing or where they're heading, but at the end of the day, the party is definitely not united here in Orange Walk.
And that is wrong.
Absolutely, that is wrong.
And then you see, man,
and we're calling it out.
He unfair for the people there, the candidates that would run, and they can't come out to certain medias where would support them. They have to, well, maybe that's the way they have to wait for a certain authority and say, you know what, we can't go there, or we can't go there, we can't do that, make we wait. But maybe they have a different medium how they share out for them thing. Because I'm sure that that they must have some good plans. And people like to, like to see what they have.
But I'll be honest with you. I think that good things can come to Orange Walk if the UDP would win the town council elections. I think that, let's be honest, vamos a hablar la plena neta verdad. Whatever his name is, Kevin? Kevin has been doing a lot for the Orange Walk town, but a lot which perhaps the media is not capitalizing on, and perhaps the UDP is not capitalizing on, is how he getting his funds and how he is, using his funds. That is an area to be capitalized on. But I think that as a party, if you know that the party would do, the central government would do wonders for Orange Walk if we were to win the town council here. Let's take the call.
Sugar City Morning Show. Hello, good morning.
I think they should have every 5 years election, different persons.
Go ahead, Carla. They're very low.
Talk a little bit louder, please.
Every 5 years they should have different people in a position.
Oh, every 5 years they should have different people around, you mean?
They get corrupted.
Okay.
Well, thank you. His point is, well, actually, we do have elections every 4 or 5 years. But he said having different people.
Different people around. But that is left up to the populace. That is left up to the people. Because the people go say, no man, we want convention. We want convention. And if we're not giving no convention, well, not giving no election either. We want convention. We want to see this thing open and new people come out.
My brother used to always say, a la gente, dale pan y dale teatro. And I don't care how much you like that or you don't like that, but at the end of the day, believe me, that is true. If somebody treat you good the last elections, if somebody handle you right the last elections, are you going to dump that person or are you going to root for that person as well?
Well,
aren't you going to root for that person? Yeah, we want this one back because man handled me good the last time. It's the very same people who vote for these things.
But it should have gone further than that, not because the man handled me.
But I'm telling you the way we naturally are.
That's how it work, right?
That's the way we naturally are.
Yeah. And I know so you're supposed to be, not because I handle you.
But what does it take to change that?
Why?
You will never change that because people go according to how it is convenient for them.
Then go with the flow.
They go what is convenient for them. If they can get $1 out of wiping your shoes, they will do that again and again and again and again.
A lot of them people know and they realize, Emmanuel, that election day is the only day I could whap him. Election day is the only day I could catch him. So you have to come see me.
That's a very cynical attitude, but that's the truth. Because it said the last time I was there and knocked by your gate, you never did come out.
Yeah.
And now, you want my vote. You have to pay me for this.
Yeah.
And I believe that if we were a wealthy citizenry, we wouldn't go through that. If we had a little bit of dignity and had a little bit of decency, we wouldn't go through that. Believe me, we wouldn't go through that. Pero muchas veces porque necesitamos, lo hacemos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Somebody say the thing about the talk show host is not enough. Ministers need to go to the show and shed the light on the issues and share plans for the betterment.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes, that is very true.
Yeah, but
that is very true. That is very true.
Sometimes they got some people who just want things for their way, boy, and if they can't get it for their way, then go in other way.
That's why I pray every day for egoism, for us to be able to hold down our egoism, because that is the major factor. I am convinced that that's a major factor. I want to have it my way and no other way. And I am going to win this discussion regardless of what you said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know more than you, and I'm smarter than you, and I could tear you down any day.
Yeah.
Kitchen, that's the way people think. But let them think.
Yeah.
That way.
Of course, Emmanuel, this tongue is very, very large, and for September to the ending of February, because of the first week in a March election, the candidates can't reach everybody, man. But through the medium of the television or the radio, you could reach out to some of them people. Because maybe some of this, one question maybe that people might have, you might answer it right there by having your conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you can't reach all them people, all the time. This tongue very big, This tongue big, and when you go to people's house and you say, hello, I can see you, I ask you for a leave support because election, they come up and support the team. I left one leave flyer with you. Next week, no man, people want to make you sit down and tell them what you got, what their plans, what their vision. We want to know what on coffee for we tongue if we support you.
That's exactly right.
And it hard for make them go through like that. Like I said, then people we don't know, but the people might have very good plans, very, very good vision. But then the people they need to know. This one say, brothers, no PUP can be forgiven, and the leader of the opposition will learn that again come convention, again the Musa will chase him out again. See, people look on things in a lot of different way. You know, you remember the convention with the late Mr. Price and Florencio Marin that happened in Florencio Marin Senior that happened in Belmopan, Emmanuel. At that time, they may have one, I don't know if you call it a policy or one guidance to the convention.
George Price was a side Musa. Because George Price and Florencio Marin never ran convention for leader.
It was Musa, right?
It was Musa.
Musa and Florencio Marin. They said you never have no
this
post.
For the post of deputy party leader, if I am right.
Party leader.
Party leader.
Yes. They say you never have no kind of T-shirts, no kind of pamphlets, no kind of banners, and so how went I Florencio and reach Belmopan? Musa all the way. Everything fanfare and everything set up. Right? So this go more or less like what this person said, but we don't hear if anybody the contest, John. And this is right there, so in the next 5 weeks. But
you know, how real is that? I want to know, how real is that imminent threat to John's leadership? I mean, because it could just very simply be perceived. In other words, it could be that nobody really will go against John, and John may know that, or perhaps
he might think that.
He might, I don't know, perhaps there might be people who want to, but not really got the wherewithal to do it. I mean, straight up to tell you to that. But at the end of the day, how real is that threat?
Well,
if there's going to be any threat to John's leadership, I think it would come from the Musa faction. And that Musa faction would be embodied in nobody else but Karim Musa. Okay?
Why people come up with this perception as a Karim that the man where, if anything, Karim will be the man that will go up against John? Have he showed that interest towards that, or that's speculation? Because
that's just speculation. Because at the end of the day, Karim has not, I think, one day mentioned that he is aspiring for leader of the party.
That's why I wonder.
Has he ever said that, ladies and gentlemen? I don't think so.
We'll never hear that, but it's just, I think that just people perception and say, all right, he's Musa's son, and he young in the state.
I think that at the end of the day, it is almost safe to say that the Musas are not the Musa Fonseca faction, which is a big faction in Belize, the faction in Belize City that pretty much controls the party in Belize City. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Traditionally so, is not satisfied with John Briceño for some reason or the other. All right?
Yeah, so would I figure out that, okay, if they put somebody, then I put Karim.
I would believe that if they would put it, and that because of what we have seen in the past, that what they have done to John Briceño. You know what I mean? That they have nagged until they literally got him out as leader, that perhaps they can do it again, or they're going to do it again.
That's what he resigned, no?
And that's when he resigned. And that's when he used the opportunity to say, oh no, give back the millions. Because John said that out of ire, out of anger.
So it wasn't a courtesy exit for him?
No. John said out of angerness, out of anger. Oh no, bring back the millions on a thief when you were in government. But that doesn't absolve John of anything, because if he can accuse people of so much, then that means that he was accomplice, because he knew what was going on.
Then Belize man me back so nothing me come out by.
Pardon?
Then Belize man me back so nothing come out.
Exactly. So don't think that the relationship between the Briceños and the Fonseca and the Musas and is all that beautiful chummy. I love you very much, blah 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 blah, and kind of thing. Hell no. But there's a certain amount of hypocrisy that goes on. Like they always say, politicians make the others of bedfellows.
But you don't think that then I say, you know what, man, John done this thing. We make this thing just flow because we know with John we stand a better chance.
Who said so, sir?
I say, you know, think they that probably have that in their mind and say, you know what, make we just left this thing, make it flow, man. Because John done do groundwork and everything, and we believe with John we could become, we could farm government again. Or you think they're not taking that lightly?
You know, was Cordell Hyde, let me just ask you another question and then I'll answer that question. Was Cordell Hyde elected as a deputy party leader?
Cordell ran. Cordell ran in the convention. It was Cordell, Francis, and John. John won the convention, but Cordell ran for party leader. He never ran for no deputy. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that John endorsed him.
Endorsed him?
Yeah.
Because I saw in the Amandala yesterday that he is the national party leader.
The national party leader?
Deputy party leader, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hello, good morning. Universal Radio, Norte Vision Channel 10, Emmanuel on the radio, Emmanuel on the TV.
Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir, morning.
I only want to give my opinion concerning politicians.
Go ahead, sir, go ahead.
When the election time in Bolivia, they promise a lot of things when they're done in a place and they're not looking for the country. They only look for themselves. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We see that happen, Pa.
All the time.
We see that happen as
all the time.
Things so bright.
And all the time. And believe me, it's because we permit it to happen. Because if we had a little bit of dignity and if we had a little bit of decency, we wouldn't go behind the politicians and begging them and asking them to do so much for us.
You never made us say the 3 words. All the way. All the way.
We permit it. So if anything's going to change, is we need to change. We need to change it. Yeah. Because the politicians just very simply take advantage of us.
Yeah.
Very simply put. Very plainly put. That is the situation, ladies and gentlemen.
That thing now business a lot of people, you know.
I don't know if it's a business, but
they make it a business, somebody. You know, and that's how they carry on. But it'll be interesting to see what will happen in the next week or so from now, Emmanuel, because I believe if no other announcement not come out, then I don't think it'll happen. But they could got people to do the table work too, who that want to aspire for the leader of the opposition as well. And we know might know.
I brought that up about Corel because this is the first time I saw that he was being touted as the national deputy party leader versus a different classification, a different label that there was for, I think, Mr. Karim Musa, because deputy party leader for the East, and then one deputy party leader for the West.
Then got region.
And then this one was national deputy party leader. So in other words, Karim is not a national deputy party leader. Cordell is. So he has struck an alliance with Cordell Hyde and the Mandela faction.
So Cordell next when it comes to the power
next
of
in line, not Karim.
Oh, okay.
So, and not Karim. So, in other words, Karim will have to do a step up.
Yeah.
You understand me?
But I understand.
How effective that's going to be, I don't know. Maybe the next weeks ahead of us are going to be very, very, very interesting. And above all, surprising.
Mine are the buy up them people, you know, and say, hear what a man they say, I'm going. But the real thing what they say, man, the real thing, I just remember about that title where Cordell have for you. The strong title.
National Deputy Party Leader.
It's not only Deputy Party Leader, it's
National Deputy Party Leader. So making a clear distinction that not just one regular Deputy Party Leader. He is the National Deputy Party Leader for the entire. So that's an alliance he has struck with the
President leader.
With the Hydes.
Yeah. The man large.
Mm-hmm. And he's positioned above Karim.
Yeah.
And above
Julius not like that, you know.
Of course not.
Because he talk about some people.
Of course not, he doesn't like that.
Yeah, and he said, you know.
So, will he remain with his mouth shut, or will he do something? Because he's been noted to be a very loud-mouthed individual. You know what I mean? And fighting for what he believes is right.
Yeah, because
or isn't, you know, whatever way you want to put it.
Yeah, he was mentioning one time that some of the people when they put, I don't know if that's some committee or the executive, that some of the people don't belongs up there.
Who said that?
Julius. The way the party structured and things together. Some people.
I guess that's a very direct reference to what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Some other people not belong up there. So in other words, he thought that he belonged up there, and he wasn't up there.
I don't know if he's up there. I don't know if he's up there, but even if he's up there, he might see some people up there who not deserve to be up there.
But that's exactly my point. You make a reference to who should be up there and who should be up there.
Right.
And you should be up there, but somebody else is up there taking your place.
Yeah, yeah.
What is supposed to be your place?
Well, he would put it that okay, if we want one election, we have to structure the things differently. Just can't put this one and put that one. You have to put people who have proven themselves to the party, running an election, running a division and win. And got a big amount of people support there. Then people carry weight. Then people bring people. Bring people to follow the party.
Why do you think that Cordell Hyde was given the position that he has? National Deputy Party. Is it an effort to try to bring in the Creole population? Or is it what is it? Is it very simply to bring in the Amandala behind the scenes support?
The zinc fence crew.
The zinc fence crew? Is it?
I don't know. You remember when they had this convention 2 years ago? I think it was held in Belize City, when it was only John and Francis.
Mm-hmm.
So John is from our district, Francis is from the city.
Mm-hmm.
Then Cordell come in.
Mm-hmm.
So they got 3.
Mm-hmm.
So probably could be that amount that they had in the city has split up between Cordell and Francis. So that gives Francis less chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe by the man do that, then John will say, yeah, well, this part of my victory I see what this man come into. So I step you up.
So it was out of gratitude.
Probably, perhaps. It could be that way. I don't want to say or speculate that maybe the leader of the opposition will tell him, why you run this so. Make sure this man can't get all the votes, because if you run, like you rightly said, I have the Creole people would have probably support him. So if you run, then it give me a better chance to make I win, because I told the city.
Possibilities are endless, ladies and gentlemen. But first, it's 20 minutes after 8 o'clock, and we need to go on a break, because things get a little bit too warm around here. Let's take that break, and we'll be right back with you after these messages.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
Looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
They see you and know you're an event. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Rock and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Northern Medical Specialty Plaza has been offering excellent health services since its inception in 2000. Today you can enjoy a wide range of medical services through our experienced doctors and dedicated friendly staff. No need to go to Belize City or Cheto Mall. Introducing our new state-of-the-art CT Scan 16 slice, now available at Northern Medical Specialty Plaza in high-definition technology, computerized tomography. Also available, ultrasound 4D scan, which shows moving 3D images of your baby. We also provide services such as mammograms, X-ray, clean and safe nursery, certified pharmacist, operating facilities, our 24 hours emergency and hospitalization, high technology research facilities. Our motto has always been to serve our community with compassion, quality, and affordable medical services. Specialists devoted to serve you. Visit us today at Orchid Drive in Orange Rock Town or call us at 302-3708. Northern Medical Specialty Plaza. Your health is our priority.
Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros. Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show when it's exactly 26 minutes after 8 o'clock. A beautiful Tuesday morning. No, it is not Monday, it is Tuesday. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. And as quick as 3 days' time is going to be the weekend. Believe me, we are already the second day of the week, not the first. And this week is going to be a rather short one. So let's try to make the best out of this week. Today is the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. And when it comes to the 15th, we're already in the middle of the month.
Why, true?
And believe me, Christmas is only 2 months away. 2 months and 2 weeks away. And believe me, if you don't want to listen to Chris about this thing, maybe the best you can do is just shut your ears. But believe me, the fact is that it's coming, and it's coming faster than you think. We done did October. Again, we done did October.
October.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Halloween is right around the corner. And then November comes and Mamma mia.
Malate isiet.
Oh, yes, we get it 19th of November, yes. Yeah. And then 19th of November, the Garifuna Settlement Day.
Yeah.
But that's more south. That's you know.
Yeah.
And then after that is famous Turkey Day, or what I like to refer to as Rayeno Day, because
Thanksgiving.
Well, yes, Rayeno Day, Thanksgiving, and after that, well, the big Christmas.
This Friday,
you know what I mean?
This Friday, if we could, I work in a full block, yeah.
Why?
Because Friday is Black Friday.
Oh, really?
And you know, look like you exist. You have to come in a full Black Friday.
Who said so?
Friday the 13th, Jason will come out.
Oh, really? Okay, all right.
But I got two text messages here.
Talk to me.
He said, let's talk about the absence of structure inside the UDP party. That's where it started.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear anything about committees, zone leadership, district party leaders, etc. I think this is a huge contributing factor to the low we are experiencing. Get this and I'll come back to this. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Yeah, I have a concern, man.
Yeah, just go speak up a little bit louder for you, Carla, please. I said just speak up a little bit louder.
Okay. I have a concern, okay.
Go ahead, sir.
These are basic. There are nights we did a party that is on the left. I don't have feedback from across the night from 31st. This truck where empty days septic tank. Come right the past side of the Chagade, the Bawade, and Fastway, the Paribalitan, the
Yes.
Outside of this Balitan, Balan Hollow, food and start to empty on tank. I want thinking is happening. And I mean, they already did there to the empty day ship there with the
Yeah.
And then they sell food when there. I mean, one other people start to run compartment. And then the next day, then they tell me that later on in the night, they think so they took some back again and ran over the barrel, right across the street.
Is this downtown River?
Right at the park.
Yes, right at the park there.
Where the man Elot sell garnages?
Yes, right there. Right there. I mean, come on, and that's the thing that, and according to the health inspector of the owner of this business. And I mean, come on, and, you know, and I make sure I'm not the health inspector down there in the town, but you can have no plastic table out there, and the man, the bachelor things, and then the bachelor plastic cups and whatnot. I mean, I'm taking things like that, and then later on, then it should put an empty fit that the party was there.
Convenience.
Then I understand the business, right? But this is supposed to be done the 4 days, but I only on it. You understand me?
Yeah, yes, that's a good concern.
Yes, I mean that's help there. I really want to say that for me, man, because I mean, because this body that the health inspector, he's all about his own, just see about the public and so on.
All right. Thank you very much, Bajo. I am. All right. I'm not sure if he's the owner. I know he won by the Jones, but I'm not sure if Mateo is in it. So Emmanuel, continue with this text here. It says that he's a huge contributor.
Go from the very beginning, man, because I like this one. Come on, read it, man.
All right, good. He said, let's talk about the absence of structure inside our UDP.
Absence of structure. Okay, good.
In our UDP party. I don't hear about committees, zone leaderships, district party leaders, etc. I think this is a huge contributing factor to the low we are experiencing. The Belize City Party fraction want to micromanage the entire country. We need leaders of the party here so we can support candidates and implement plans to gain the confidence of the electorate again. We have capable leaders to take the helm and move this party forward. We need structure.
That's a mouthful. That is a mouthful, and pretty much echoes my sentiment from some time ago, because really, as a party, we are missing so much. We don't have any structure within the party. That's the basic truth the man has given you there.
That's the way to catch you right now.
That is the reason why. And the thing is that we have to move away from that one-man show thing.
Yeah, and then this next person, like when they discuss about one of Julius, Julius called the members the executive bench players. Executive bench
It's
players.
like the British. If you can't, they give you fancy names for everything.
And then this next one, Sir Emmanuel, since Philip, the UDP town council candidates don't go on the show, can you tell us their name?
Well, we know their names, right?
Why? Well, I know I got Philip de la Fuente. They have Evan.
Evan what?
I think he is Williams.
All right, right.
Yeah, we got Inamole. Mr. Derek Sambola.
Exactly.
We got Mr. Derek Sambola. We have Jose Cocom.
Okay.
We have Jose Cocom. We have
two young ladies,
we
if
have,
I'm not mistaken. Miss Maito Data Villeda.
Yeah. And we have our next young lady, Canton.
And I was particularly impressed with this Villeda young girl at the presentation.
And we have a gentleman usher. I don't know if the Herman usher.
The Chile son man.
Yeah, Pepa.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Yes.
Then there's a 7 person with Philip de la Fuente leading the team as mayoral candidate for the UDP.
For the United Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm just hoping that one of these days they will be able to be here with us. I think that at the end of the day, like I said, you have to put your differences to one side, and if you want to win the town council election, don't think that you can do it divided. Do not think so.
Yeah.
You have to come united and try to face these elections in a united manner. But divided, we cannot do it. That's a fact.
Yeah. So like the text of the person sent, right? We need structure. Where is the structure?
Well, I do believe that the party chairman, this is where the party chairman is concerned, we need to get him to come to Orange Rock and try to put in some structure here.
You see, when
the town council election, the UDP will not be able to win an election without the support of the North. Yeah. Will not be able to win an election without the support of the central section, and will not be able to win an election, without the support of the East. But the point is that, you need to have the 3 elected representatives come together and work together.
Well, we only have 2,
Pardon?
He said, I said we only have two elected representatives.
Right, but what I meant was of the party. Of the party.
We got 4.
Right, but South does not have a party in the Orange Rock town area. It's only the East, Central, and North.
Yeah, someone sent a text here. When can you host them? Make I arrange it. The next person is Armando Osha. I would love to have them there every day.
We'd like to have them here, but just that no vienen, we're not being approached.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just call the manager at 601-1589, and he will make sure that everything get arranged. Or call 302-2170. Or Kosiwe, man. Yeah, Kosiwe. Yeah, Kosiwe that is station. And we'll see what we could arrange, because people, they asked for it, right? And I think it's...
Oye, ¿me quieres venir si piensas que conmigo es más fácil? No sé si lo es, pero puedes llamarme a mí también.
Yeah, give them a number, pa.
664-4921. Very easy. 664-4921.
And we could arrange it so that people will say what they happen, and then they could say, all right, I want to ask this man this question long time. Like when
Es que no puedes votar por alguien si no conoces a la persona.
I don't know what's his intention, what's his plans.
Exactamente.
Right? You know, like when I asked Philip about this thing from one party to the next, Philip said that, you know what? I never change. I just keep on working. I just keep on doing my work. That's our question.
And even if he did change, everybody has a right to change their mind. Period.
Yeah. And I said, what? Garatibidi. You know what that means, right?
No.
You can go, but you must come back.
All right.
Is that so? Right?
According to you.
No, but you can go, but you must come back.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, you think Garatibidi?
Garatibidi.
Garatibidi. All right.
You got it right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that what happened right there, Emmanuel. But right now, with the political thing, they try see how to work out things. So you might soon get a call, Emmanuel, because this person really interested to have the candidates on the show. So I might give you a call, or Morris or myself. So see, they don't send you a message already. Emmanuel, things are boiling up once again when it comes to the Football Association of Belize, the Football Federation of Belize. Mm-hmm. We have candidates, Daniel Fabro and Frank Sharp, offering themselves for president and vice president of the FFB.
Daniel Fabro and Frank Sharp.
Yeah, they are
offering themselves as president of the FFB.
President and vice president.
I think they're the Football Federation of Belize.
Yeah, I think they run as a team, right?
The same one that Marlon was involved in, Marlon Quillen, and also the other guy, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Mr. Vicente.
Vicente Ramos.
And then,
Vicente, whatever.
Ruperto Vicente.
Ruperto Vicente.
And then we had Mr. Chuk from Cayo as well. I think he was disqualified because some reasons. And then, so they're offering yourself, you know, so they are planning to have a press conference. And Emmanuel, you are invited to this press conference. This press conference will be held today at 10 a.m. at the Radisson Fort George, Santa Rita room in Belize City. Make we go when I eat and we have nowhere to go and where I do. We got a lot of coffee there too, boy. Where I do. We are invited.
We are?
Yes, man.
Read to me again.
It's on behalf of the candidates. I am forwarding the attached press release.
Which candidates?
Daniel Fabro and Frank Sharp, offering themselves for the president and vice president of the FFB, respectively. You know, so we have one biography for there, but we're not really going through a lot. But we're invited for this press conference today, pa. It start 10 today, Radisson. What you do? Let's go. Let's go to city, man. Yeah, so that is what is happening, Emmanuel, you know, and that what is big joke about, though? You think I'll tell a lie, don't you?
No, not at all. It's just that
What, is funny?
Yes.
Why?
No, that you'd say that do you think we got just because they got free thing? Come on, guy.
But then you have
giving wrong impression.
I got coffee. I got food.
You're giving a wrong impression.
But then we could bring back some nice stories to Orange Walk, you know.
Of course.
Maybe we could meet one of them big time man and Belisa. Interview them.
I know Frank quite well, actually.
Yeah, so that they happen. Okay, Papa. He said the party needs to step up and be full force behind this group of candidates.
Of course you need to step up. I need to go full force behind these candidates. That's what I've been saying all the while. But it would seem to me that it's an East thing.
Yeah. So this is how it continues. By start again, the party needs to step up and be full force behind this group of candidates. Financing for projects, neighborhood meetings, campaigning, etc. They can't leave Philip and his team alone. The time to win Orange Walk is now. We need to move and start showing what the UDP team can do with actions.
Mira, hay tantos temas que podemos discutir, pero por alguna razón u otra no los discutimos. Pero yo estoy bastante de acuerdo de que ya van 2 términos de Kevin Bernard. 2. ¿No?
Yeah, 2 terms, but he in there for I think 4 terms already because he used to be councillor before, right? And he step up from there.
Okay.
You know when Kevin moved in as mayoral candidate, when Philip left the seat and Philip said that he never may run again, I think that was when Ivan ran and Kevin won. Then he won again against Yvette.
Compañeros, si tú entras a ver las finanzas del Orange Walk Town Council, según sus finanzas de ellos, te das cuenta de que han ingresado casi 10 millones de dólares, sí, 10 millones de dólares sobre los últimos 5 años, y que la cantidad cuando se trata de gastos, expenses, especialmente cuando se trata de salarios, forma casi el 60% o el 70% de este ingreso. Ahora, yo no sé si soy tonto, no lo creo, pero yo creo que un town council genera fondos para el pueblo, gastarlo en el pueblo de Orange Walk y no pagando simplemente salarios. Si te das cuenta, de los 3 millones de dólares que coleccionan cada año, compañeros, casi 2.1 millón de dólares cada año se gasta en salarios. Y te preguntas, bueno, ¿y qué pasó con todo lo que es la reparación de calles? ¿Qué pasó con sistemas de drenaje? ¿Qué pasó con otros tipos de iniciativas? Obviamente, y está desglosado en su reporte de contabilidad, de que hicieron un préstamo de 5 millones de dólares.
¿That the bond?
Yes,
So
they
get it
floated the bond. Of course they floated the bond. Y otra cosa es de que, contrario a lo que dicen, consiguen aproximadamente $400,000 del gobierno cada año. Que en esos últimos 5 años, y hay reporte y recibo de esto, así que no me vengas con tonteras de que no es cierto, que no es cierto. No. Yo te digo porque así es. Ya recibieron 2 millones de dólares del gobierno. Compañeros, necesitamos que se haga una auditoría de las cuentas del concilio. Eso es un hecho. Pero, y así se pudiera ganar una elección, pero no veo que nadie lo está haciendo. No hay un interés, aparentemente, de entrar y ver estos números que están puestos en el sitio web del Town Council. Y simplemente con analizarlos y divulgarlos a la gente y venderse a la gente y decirles, mira, tanto dinero están gastando con salarios, tanto dinero están gastando, y vamos a cambiar todo esto bajo un concilio de UDP, pero no se está haciendo nada.
That's why like the people send the text, then they say the person was sending the text that they need support from the leaders here in Orange Walk. And they need to structure out the party. Then people, they have the neighborhood meetings and the cleanup. We here, they may do some cleanup by Riverside, but maybe, like I said, maybe they have a medium how they bring out their things to make it reach the people, But you know right now, Emmanuel, a lot of people rely upon Facebook, right? A lot of people rely upon Facebook and upon Instagram and different websites that they have different but then people want to see you. People want to see you. Or they want to hear you upon radio, they talk, or see you upon TV. So they could call and they could interact with you and they could make that personal touch with you. Like when time you come out and you meet the people, you face the nation, then some things that you might not been thinking about, somebody out there could call and give you a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Or you don't have to be a suggestion, it could be a concern, and you could take it and you could like, you could incorporate that in your plan, where to do to go forward. You know, but just by being there, it's tough, but I'm glad that this person sent the text and he said that, you know, they will be more than glad to come on, no?
Yeah, we apparently this is, we have just sparked a lot of conversation out there, yes, you know, and I'm sure that something's going to happen. But believe me, ladies and gentlemen, that the United Democratic Party, the UDP, needs to be reunited.
It's tough when times some people got some kind of pride, they just knock their chest and say,
and don't think that we can do it just from one division. For United Democratic Party to win this town council, you need the support of the Central Division, you need the support of the North Division. And that is a fact.
Yeah. The thing is, right, Emmanuel, like you mentioned that the party chairman should go to these districts and talk to the people.
Come to these districts. Let's be relative.
Yeah, find out what happened, right? But then you see, like, one time then people have their meeting and so sometime when they don't, they just carry an invitation, a personal, right? We invite you. What happened to the next person that we really got good things to say? Because most of them people they invite me, so I not say nothing. I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to get vexed with me. Or I don't want me to invite me next time again. You take that like one joke?
Because it's so true.
It happened, right?
Yes.
And then it's say, boy, I'm want to say this, but I never get chance to say it, and I wish that one me say it like how that one me hold the mic, but you don't get up and say what you want to say. But if you got a public forum and you open, make people ask questions because the only so you know when are you sick or you go to a doctor. If you
¿Sabes cómo le llaman eso en Mérida? Le llaman haciendo guacamole con el asiento. ¿Ok?
If you just go
lo que vas a decir, estás sentado y estás que aplastas y aplastas y aplastas. Y nada más.
If you want to go to a doctor, you tell a doctor, I go see you. What you have? I feel like I'm sick, but what happened to you? I don't know why I feel like I'm sick. What is that? You have to get a direction, you have to get information so that people come back to you and do what they need to get done, right? But you know, most of the people are just like laid back and sit down and listen. And when the meeting done, you see one lead crowd stand up and I said a lead crowd, you should me tell her this man, or I want to ask this, or how you never talk about this, how you never talk about I'm thinking me, I said this, I'm thinking me, I said that. One lead crowd did that. So the man will come down back very happy and everything is bright and beautiful. So he going to report to executive wrongfully that yeah, everything is all right. When everything is not all right because people are open their mouth.
I always say that the United Democratic Party still has a strong following here in Orange Walk. But certain issues need to be addressed. Certain issues need to be addressed on a one-on-one basis, on a number of cases, one-on-one basis, tete-a-tete, cara-a-cara, with the people. Mm-hmm. In other words, just don't think that because you spoke openly on television, it means that everybody will say, ay, qué bonito que dijo todo eso, ahora sí estoy contento. Oh, don't give me that crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not, it's going to be like that. Certain issues you need to sit down and talk to this person.
Yes.
You know? Sit down around the table, bring two beer, not go quarrel, you know, but just talk it out. And do it, you know, and this is why that call, that text that individual sent a while ago, needing structure. Mm-hmm. Because the PUP has its marshals and the PUP got, and even people who are not within the committee, but they are, those people, I don't know, they're just like that. They're proud PUPs. Yes, they are proud people.
A lot of people.
But we here in the United Democratic Party scarcely can find a proud UDP. Straight up, I tell you. Here in Orange Walk.
Yeah, things have changed so drastically right here. I don't know how it's done at Corozal, but to Orange Walk, man, you know, from 2006 and so, things will look good, things will look nice, things will play out good. But you see, Manuel, when time leaders have issue, it can't work, you know. It can't work when you got 2 leaders or 3 leaders or 4 leaders in one community, some they go so and some they go so. It can't work. Not like when you split your vote, it not work for the party.
Issues need to be addressed. We need to put structure. We need to have national district council. I'm sure that we have that. Apparently, we do have an executive chairman, Mr. Respetos, but I don't know how far we go down from that. If we have developed the north, the division here in the north, if we have people who are actually feeling out, you know, because it's one thing for you to have a committee. Yes, it's a wonderful thing to have a committee, but a committee representing who? Just because you picked out people to have a committee, you have a committee? No, those people need to represent the people from the north, or at least from the Otrobenke area, or from Bacayana area. I don't know, whatever area that may be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
true. But you need to be in contact with your people. You need to. These people are the ones who need to walk the streets and need to talk to the neighbors and go and answer the questions. And these are the people who are your soldiers. Those are your warriors.
The people are your strongest resource.
They are your soldiers and they are your warriors. You know what I mean? But in the absence of that, what happens? In the absence of that, what happens? People go astray. Very simply.
This one is saying here, for the UDP to win the town board election, Giant Child Farm as part as town, as Johnny did with San Lorenzo Housing Site, or San Esteban added to Central. So they say what? You know the town, you can't make it by yourself. He said a party can only succeed when its people are empowered. Many of us are ready to work, but the leadership is stiffened bitterment. We need to capitalize on our human resources as a party.
People oriented. In other words, people oriented. Get your people back in. Have yourself up. One of the, I believe, and I'm so glad that the person sent that message, because it is the same message I've been touting for the past so much time. We need structure in our party. We need structure in our party. We need to know above all who is a UDP and who is not a UDP. We need to have contact with our people. We need to have discussions, you know, about certain issues to keep our people informed and abreast of what's going on. And if there is a problem, internal problem, then those things are trashed out internally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's why Emmanuel, one time they have their list and they come up for election day. Before election day, they say would they win by 1,000 or would they win by 500, but you know what? They got a lot of people question mark. But why you don't have to put somebody on question mark? If you got a question mark, if you put side of someone's name, go see that person, man. Go see that person.
Thank you.
You don't have to take that and say, well, I don't know if this one.
And I always say, the idea of getting campaigners, and some campaigners are good, but some of people,
they chill out.
Man, I'm sorry to say, but it's wasted money with some of them. Wasted money with some of them. The easiest thing for anybody to tell you is, yes, I will vote for you.
Then put that, yeah, we got that one.
That boy mark on down, he not for we. And you pick it, all of them will vote, put all of them down. crap.
Boy, mama y hermana también no tiene que ir a su casa.
That is not so.
No, they don't whop you.
The easiest thing for them to tell you is yes. So you go hello and go someplace else. Because when the PUP goes, they go to tell the same thing.
How somebody want to go to the house? Hey, you know you have to go to my house for campaign because you know we covered. You still have to talk to them people, boy.
You still have to talk to them. Like with my family, oh, we're not going to Miss Celia and Miss because you know we're not already. But Christ, that means we don't want to talk to you. Of course we want to talk to you. We'd love to talk to you. Come. But you take things too much for granted. But you know who goes there? John goes there.
Yeah. Even if you
go, and throw you. Even if you throw things at you.
Even if you go like a thief in the night, but you reach.
But he reaches. He does.
And one time you pass and you never stopped at a house. No, the lone PUP live there. What happened? The PUP then can't change it. You not got nothing good enough to tell them to convince them, or alone UDP live there. You know?
Son cambios que estamos hablando, que estamos tirando. Estamos tirando, no es por nada. Simplemente estamos tirando de los cambios que tienen que suceder antes que venga esta elección. Créeme que cambios que tienen que suceder cuando vas a hacer campaña y te dicen sí, pregúntale al vecino. ¿Y esos cómo son? Hay formas para descubrir y que te digan cómo va la cosa. Pero simplemente no porque te dijeron, ajá, sí, ponga. Porque luego tú cuentas con ellos y vas y los sacas. Y ¿sabes qué? Sacaste para el PUP. Muchas veces es lo que sucedió. Sacaste gente para el PUP.
This is a strong one, pa. I remember when we won Trial Farm, almost 20 years of being a PUP stronghold. It took a machinery of people to get it done.
Of course. Right? It took a while. Trial Farm was a bastion of PUPism.
Strong
PUP. And then finally, poops, one day it changed.
I believe it was Nelson Amaya who won as the first UDP chairman here in Trial Farm, you know, if I'm not mistaken. Well, they used to have their man first, like Jerry, the late great Jerry, and Shacks and Mr. Ball, and right? You remember them days there, right? Mr. Ball, they had Jerry, they had Shacks, they had Jack and all of them people there. But then afterwards, one time Nelson, they come up and they fight hard and win this thing. From there gone UDP, you know, pa. From right there, from one UDP chairman to the next. But on that note, pa, we need to get ready to hit the road because...
Oh, Christ, I don't 1 minute have... But time flies by so quickly.
And coffee and food are the first thing they serve this, so we have to hit the road. Radisson! We're coming, Radisson.
¿Cómo sale de? ¿Cómo vive?
Well, paticos, pa.
Pues muchas gracias, compañeros, por la sintonía. Aquí, pues, no es ningún daño mental madre de vez en cuando, pero muchas gracias por escucharnos, por mantenernos en sintonía y por su participación. Y vemos de que hemos, viendo por la cantidad de mensajes que han entrado aquí, tanto allá como aquí, por todo lado.
And is that any kind of message are important and powerful messages?
Que vemos de que la gente está al tanto y está viendo, porque los mensajes han sido numerosos. Pero muchas gracias por todo esto. ¿Ok? Y yo le reconozco el trabajo de Rahim y de Morris. Muchas gracias. Y sobre todo, gracias por acompañarme aquí. Y se está apurando. Quiere ir. Más fácil que me lleve con Ada a Compañeros, muchas gracias por todo. Recordándoles que este show repite hoy por la noche a las 9 y que de todas formas estaremos de vuelta, primero Dios, con ustedes, mañana a las 7 de la mañana.
Yes,
mi nombre es Emmanuel.
And I am Robert Cheque Osha, and we see hasta mañana.
Until we meet again. Hasta luego, se cuidan.
We're on the way.